Man City have their season opener against Wolves on August 16th, and that's coming up real quick. But before the season starts, I just wanted to come on here and talk about what I think our best 11 is at the moment. And let's start off by talking about the manager. Obviously, it's the little bald guy, Pep Guardiola. He's our best manager ever. I don't think anybody's debating that. But with that said, he loves to change formations and he loves to change players. And he likes to experiment. And sometimes that does not work out well. And with that said, he is going to be our manager for the 2026 season. And I couldn't be happier. I mean, to me, he's still the best manager in the world. I know he had his ups and downs last season, but I think we'll turn it around. Let's start off with the first position, the goalkeeper. I don't think that changes this year. I know we signed Trafford, but I think he'll be the backup. I think Ederson remains the number one, and I don't think there's much debate about that. I know some people want Trafford to start. I still back Ederson. I know he didn't have the greatest season last season in terms of shot stopping, but I think he'll turn it around. The only exception to that is if he gets sold. Obviously, Galatasaray want him. I could see him leaving. If he does leave, obviously, Trafford will start. But for now, I have Ederson as our starting goalkeeper. Next up is our left back. That is a position that we have been needing. I know we played Guardiola last season there, and he did his job, but he is a natural center back. But this season, we've signed Ati Nouri. He came from Wolves. I've seen him play a couple times. He looks good. He looks solid. I don't think he looks extraordinary, but he is a left back. We'll see what he can do, but I think he's starting. We signed him for a reason, and he's going to start. Now, at the first center back position, I have Ruben Diaz. I think he's still our best center back. I know some people might not agree, but to me, he is our best center back, and for me, he's a starter. There's no debate. He's going to start at center back. Now, the question is who's going to play next to him, and to me, that's not really a question. We do have a few center backs, a few good center backs. We have Stones, the new signing that we made not too long ago, Kushanuba, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Ake. But obviously, Stones can't stay healthy. Ake is a good player, but I think next to him is going to be Joshko Guardiola. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name fully, but yeah, I think he's going to be starting next to Ruben Diaz. He played phenomenal, a left back, and he is honestly a beast. I mean, I think he's going to be as good as Ruben Diaz, if not better, this season. Obviously, we had to play him on left back last season because we didn't have a proper left back. But this season, I think he's going to shine at center back. It is his preferred position, I think, his main position. And I think we'll see somebody exceptional center back, and they'll be a good pairing. Now, here's where we start having the problems, the right back position. We have Lewis and we have Nunez. If I'm having to decide between both of those, I'm not very happy, I'll be honest. But I'm going with Nunez. I think he is the better player by a little bit, not by a lot, but I think that's who's going to be starting. Do I think we need a new right back? Yes. Not because I think either of them are horrible players or bad players. We just need a natural right back that actually wants to play that position and can play in and out and knows how to play it. I think it'll be a position we'll struggle with this season. Maybe we'll put three at the back, use one of their center backs. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bad problem for us. Hopefully we can get a new signing soon, but I don't think we're getting one this transfer season. Let me know if you guys agree with that, but that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to go with Nunez. So we'll move on. At CDM, it's going to be Rodri. I don't even got to explain this too much. He was the best player in the world last year. He unfortunately got injured. He's back now. He's at training. He's going to be our CDM. There's no debates, and I couldn't be happier with that. Now, next to him, again, I think this is pretty obvious. We signed this guy to play, and he's going to be playing next to Rodri, and it's going to be Raniers. He looked good in the World Cup. I know he made a few mistakes. He definitely looks better offensively, at least pushing the ball and just kind of going more in attack. So I am a little worried about Rodri being left behind by himself. But I think it'll be a good player for us and a good signing. I haven't seen much of him. I don't watch the Italian league much, so I'm excited to see him play more, especially once the league starts. But I think he's going to be starting next to Rodri. I don't think there's anybody that thinks otherwise. But let me know. And I think it'll be a good signing. Now we'll move on to the attack. This is where it gets a little interesting. I think we have a bunch of good forwards, specifically wingers, specifically left wingers. So we'll start with that. We'll start with the left winger. I've been debating, and I'm still not 100% sure between Doku and Marmaj. I think Doku is the more natural winger, but I do think we'll start Marmaj. I think he's the better player. I think he's more technically capable, and he's a better goal scorer. So I think that's how we start the season. Is that how we're gonna end the season? I'm not too sure. Doku might just overtake him and end up being the starter. But to start the season, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Marmoush gonna be the starter, and I think he'll do good. But we'll see if Doku can challenge him and take the position maybe. And then we'll look at the other side of the pitch. We'll look at the right wing. To me, I know some people might not agree with this, but I'm going to go with Foden. I know he had a rocky season last year, but he's our academy player. He's a star boy, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to back him. I think he's going to bounce back, and he's going to look, hopefully, like his old self. He's well rested, and I just think he has quality in him. I think maybe he had personal issues going on last season that got in the way, but he looks rested. He looks happy. So I'm going to back him. Foden's going to start at the right wing, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do for us this season. Now we move on to another signing, one that I'm very excited about, and that is Ryan Cherki. Obviously, it was him or Wirtz. And I'll be honest, I would have been happy with either player. I think Wirtz is a good player, a great player. I think he'll do good at Liverpool. But I'm very happy with Cherki, and I'm very excited. Obviously, he was cheaper, but that doesn't really matter to me. I mean, it's not my money. I'm just excited to see him play. Again, don't watch much of League One, but from what I've seen from him at the World Cup, he can find a pass. He reminds me a little bit of De Bruyne in the passing sense. Not anything else, but in the passing sense, he has that final ball to a T, and it's pretty good strike from what I saw. But yeah, I'm excited to see him and Haaland specifically link up. I think he'll play a lot of good balls to him and free him up a lot more than other players will. Sometimes I feel like Haaland makes run after run after run, and we don't feed him the ball. And I think maybe that's just because some of our players don't feel like they have that ability. But with Cherki coming in, I think he'll feed Haaland, and I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do together. Hopefully, it'll be like a De Bruyne-Haaland partnership where they can just tear the league up. But I'm excited to see. My only concern about Cherki is his defense. I don't think it's any news to anybody that he's not the greatest defender. I mean, you can look at his stature. But I don't know if that'll be a problem with the midfield of Rodri and Raniers. I think they'll be able to cover up for him. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. But I think he's going to be a big signing for us, and he's going to have a big season. And lastly but not least, our striker. And I think, again, this is just like Rodri. Automatic pick. It's going to be Haaland. He's, to me, probably our best player next to Rodri, if not better than Rodri. But with that said, he's going to start. I think he's going to have a big season. I think Cherki behind him, Raniers behind him, and Rodri back. I think they're going to kill it. I think he's going to get a lot of goals. Hopefully, he can get a few assists. But that's what I see happening. And that, to me, is going to be a starting 11. But that's going to do it for my final 11. I think that's going to be who we're going to start off and what our strongest 11 is. Obviously, like I said, Pep likes to change things. And I think he will change things. But this, to me, is our strongest 11. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You don't got to stay for the next part. But just really quick, I just want to say I want to start this channel mostly to talk about Manchester City football. Because that is my club. It's who I support as long as I can remember. But yeah, if you are interested in Manchester City football, news, I want to do some watch-alongs maybe, transfers, all that good stuff. I want to start talking about that here and then a few other places. But yeah, if you want to follow along, or if you're interested in Manchester City, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.